Part 126. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1251. It doesn't matter if you don't come to provoke him, if you really come to kill him, then you can't blame Fang Fan for being ruthless. Everyone holds 100 healing cards and supply cards of the corresponding level. Also prepare a few serum cards. In the event of an accident, use it immediately. Besides, the cultivators of Chasing Soul Pavilion, Xiling Palace, and Motion Pavilion, my suggestion to you is that it is best not to get involved in this battle. There are only 2 final rewards, but there are hundreds of millions who participated in the snatch, and most of them are stronger than you. After entering the Chentian killing formation, we will most likely be scattered, and I will not be able to protect you closely at that time. Of course, this is just a suggestion. The right to choose is in your own hands. But I can say responsibly that your chances of surviving after entering are less than half. Fang Fan walked in front of the young talented practitioners in Chasing Soul Pavilion, Xiling Palace, and Motion Pavilion. Among the 7th and 8th rank forces like Motion Pavilion, Chasing Soul Pavilion, they can call themselves geniuses, but so what? The gap is there all the time. No matter how small the forces are, they can become top-notch beings, but at this moment in the secret realm of Chentian, it is the 5th grade, 6th grade, even the 3rd grade and 4th grade geniuses who are fighting against them. In terms of numbers, they can't compete. In terms of talent, it is even more crushed. In terms of combat power, there is no need to compare. It can be said that if Fang Fan had not been protecting him along the way, the young genius cultivators of these 3 forces would have already died almost. The secret realm of Chentian is a one-step journey, thousands of miles of blood. Purple Ling Palace practitioners are not allowed to enter. Xiling stepped forward and issued a strict order. As the lord of the Xiling Palace, Xiling is naturally very authoritative when she speaks, and when she speaks like this, others naturally dare not say anything. The cultivators of the Chasing Soul Pavilion will not enter. Thank you, Hall Master Fang Fan, for treating each other sincerely. Several cultivators in the Chasing Soul Pavilion looked at each other, and then they chose a fairly safe method. They also knew their combat power, and they entered the Chentian killing array, not to mention the capture of the Chentian order. I am afraid they can survive. Hard to say for an hour. So not looking for death is an excellent state of mind. Moyun of Motion Pavilion wants to challenge the chance. Please complete the Master Fang Fan. Among the cultivators of the Demon Heaven Pavilion, a young man with a bloody birthmark on his face came out. He had a determined look on his face, and he had already made up his mind. Fang Fan nodded secretly, he would only suggest to these people. At the beginning, their respective forces gave Fang Fan commissions, and Fang Fan promised their respective pavilion masters, the Demon Emperor, to do everything possible to ensure their safety. At this point, Fang Fan asked himself that he had a clear conscience. But in addition, Fang Fan can't really become a tyrant, restricting all their freedom. This Moyun Fang Fan, is somewhat impressed, because his face is too characteristic. In the previous few battles, he relied on the 10-star king level strong real king level cultivation base to counter-attack and kill several 10-star king level absolute real king level practitioners. In the past few days in the Chentian secret realm, his cultivation base has also been successfully promoted to the 10-star king level absolute real king realm. Of course, it's just the most common 2 laws, the ultimate true king. But this Moyun is quite crazy when he fights, I can't take it lightly. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1252. I said, I'm just giving you a suggestion. As for how you choose in the end, it's up to you. Fang Fan smiled calmly. The reason why he advised these people to stay outside was mainly because he was worried that they would cause mass casualties. But this does not mean that Fang Fan will stifle their hope of forging ahead. Since you want to enter, then take these king level healing cards and supply cards, and use them when necessary to save your life. Fang Fan nodded secretly and said to Mo Yun, a cultivator of Motion Pavilion. After the explanation, Fang Fan stepped directly into the entrance of Chen Tian killing formation. Enter. Fang Fan gave an order, and a group of cultivators under his command entered. The proper posture must be displayed. The moment he stepped into the Chen Tian killing formation, all Fang Fan could feel was the smell of blood. His eyes glanced around and saw two corpses. These two should be cultivators who have just entered the Chen Tian killing formation. I didn't expect that they had already been beheaded in less than a few minutes. Fang Fan's eyes gradually became cold. Since this is a killing formation, naturally it is impossible to be quiet and peaceful. Even if there are no other cultivators attacking, I am afraid that the killing formation itself will choose to attack the cultivators who enter it. Lord. All members of the Law Light Machine Gun Corps are here. The leader of the Law Light Machine Gun Corps, Bayless, rushed over, and behind him were the 11 Law Light Machine Gunmen of the Law Light Machine Gun Corps. Except for this legion, everyone else has lost contact with Fang Fan. This is a random entry, and everyone was scattered. This is understandable. The Law of the Light Machine Gunners happened to land at the same spot as me, which is a pleasant surprise. I just didn't expect a whole legion of 12 people to gather in one place. Fang Fan was stunned for a moment. This seemed a bit special. Could it be that the Chen Tian killing array regards the entire Law of Light Machine Gun Corps as a whole? Treat it as a combat unit. Fang Fan nodded secretly, but felt that the possibility was very high. But this is not a bad thing. At least in the initial stage Fang Fan can mobilize more power. Secret Realm Announcement. The first Chen Tian token has been obtained by Chen Tian GE of the Chen Tian clan. Chen Tian ranking is open. Everyone can view it. Above the entire killing formation, an extremely grand golden paper suddenly appeared. On the golden paper, a name stands out, Chen Tian clan, Chen Tian GE, Chen Tian Ling *1. I didn't expect it to be so fast. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, thinking to himself that it seems that it is not as difficult as he imagined to accumulate 100 Chen Tian orders. It's going to speed up the pace. Otherwise, when others have accumulated enough 100 Chen Tian tokens, the 6th round of the treasure hunting reward Divine Armor Fragment will be taken by others. According to speculation, this Divine Armor Fragment is most likely the Pixio Armor. Fang Fan's mind moved secretly, and then his eyes glanced around. Boom! Over the entire killing formation, a thunderbolt suddenly landed, and the thunderbolt slashed towards Fang Fan's location. Fang Fan avoided it a little. Boom! The thunder struck the ground, and the huge ground was directly bombarded into a huge hole. Is this the power of the killing formation? A wave of killing moves at every turn. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1253. Fang Fan opened his mouth, and the sense of ignorance on his face at this moment became more and more intense. This feeling seems very real. When the power of thunder gradually disappeared, Fang Fan stepped forward indifferently and glanced at the dark hole. Then he saw a group of bright things. Fang Fan was stunned for a moment, then stretched out his hand and summoned the contents inside. Clap la la. The shiny things were piled up in front of Fang Fan in an instant, making a series of iron collision sounds. Secret Realm Announcement. Fang Fan in the Palace of the Emperor received 100 Chen Tian orders. Secret Realm Announcement. Fang Fan of the Palace of the Emperor was the first to receive 100 Chentian orders, and the sixth round of rewards for the divine armor fragments belonged to Fang Fan of the Palace of the Emperor. The announcement of the secret realm spread throughout the entire killing array, and then the names on the golden list above everyone's heads changed again. First place, Emperor's Palace, Fang Fan, Chen Tianling *100. This picture looks so real. After the announcement of the secret realm, Fang Fan had a black box in his hand. Fang Fan was still in a state of shock until now. This wave after wave of operations is too showy, he can't bear it. How did it evolve into the current pattern? After a thunderbolt, auspiciousness descends from the sky. 100 Chentian orders were sent to him like this? Could it be that I am really the son of luck, and I refuse to accept everything? I have been favored by goddess of luck? Out of luck? Fang Fan rubbed his head, still feeling unbelievable. At the same time, Chen Tian killed the other end of the formation. Asshole. Damn. This damn killing formation. How dare you reject the power of the goddess? I relied on the divine power of the goddess to help me, and I gathered 100 Chentian orders in a short period of time. I didn't expect an accident at the last moment. The true spirit of the Chentian killing array actually forcibly intervened, dissipating the divine power of the goddess, and transferring the 100 Chentian orders away. That Fang Fan couldn't have gathered 100 Chentian orders in such a short period of time. Those Chentian orders are mine. They must be mine. Damn it. He actually made a wedding dress for someone else. The goddess of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce, Sikong Yuxin, was furious at this moment, with blue veins bursting on her forehead, and her whole person's state was extremely bad. The duck to the mouth, flew. Originally, she wanted to quickly collect 100 Chentian tokens, so that she could grab the sixth round of reward divine armor fragments in advance. But who knew that such an accident was actually discovered? She took the risk and chose the cheating mode, but in the end she was picked by Fang Fan. Sikong Yuxin only felt that she was a laughing stock. It's just a big laughing stock. Your Highness Goddess. Your Highness Goddess. I finally found you. His Royal Highness Goddess, we were separated just now, which made my subordinates worry for a while. Your Highness Goddess, what's wrong with you? Are you injured? Are you okay? A cultivator from the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce saw Sikong Yuxin, and hurriedly came over with an excited face. The smile on his face was extraordinarily sincere. This cultivator of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce feels that if he is the first to find His Highness Goddess, he will definitely be favored by His Highness Goddess. His days of prosperity are just around the corner. Sikong Yuxin raised her head and looked at the man in front of her, her eyes instantly turned bloody. Click. A bone crack sounded, and they were all terminated. Your Highness Goddess, The cultivators of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce lost their signs of life before they could react. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1254. Before dying, this Tianyu Chamber of Commerce cultivator was still dreaming of a dream of prosperity. But in the end it all turned out to be false. This goddess doesn't need anyone's mercy. Cheap pity, pathetic pity. Everyone who sees my posture will die. Still delusional about caring about me? Ridiculous. Sikong Yuxin's indifferent face was filled with absolute coldness. Her eyes glanced at a certain direction of the killing array, and her two white and tender fists clenched silently. He must die. The unexpected joy was indeed a little too easy for Fang Fan. Fang Fan looked at the black box in front of him, his eyes lowered slightly, and the corners of his mouth could not help but lift slightly. This is the reward for divine armor fragments. Fang Fan took a breath and slowly opened. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Pixio armor. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the second stage task of 9 armored unity to find the Pixio armor. Ding. Now start issuing rewards. Pixio armor and soul-eating heaven armor are directly fused, and they are promoted to 1-star holy artifact armor and stomach devouring holy armor. Obtain god level sculpture. The system sound came from his ear. Fang Fan smiled secretly. Just as he predicted, this divine armor fragment is indeed a Pixio armor. The Pixio armor and the soul-eating heaven armor he obtained before actually belonged to the quasi-sacred armor stomach, but because they are all part of a divine armor, after the fusion, it successfully becomes a 1-star holy artifact armor. Stomach. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes and looked directly at the attributes of devouring sacred armor. Item: Devour sacred armor. Level: 1-star saint artifact. Status: damaged. Remarks: this is part of a god-defying armor. Special effect: devour some of the vitality of the beheaded for your own use. 1-star holy artifact, this has not changed. Fang Fan silently took out the heaven-slaying sword. The heaven-severing sword in his hand was also a 1-star holy weapon, and this swallowing holy armor was also a 1-star holy weapon. He is only at the top of the real king realm. He already has 2 holy artifacts by his side. I have to say that this is also a group of capital, a powerful capital. With such capital, it is easy to counter-attack and kill high-level enemies. I don't know how powerful the devouring god armor will be when the 9 armors are unified. As for the special effect of swallowing the holy armor, it seems a bit ambiguous. Devouring the vitality of the beheaded enemy. For your own use. Meaning to kill a person, my strength can be improved. I just don't know how much the improvement will be. Fang Fan pondered to himself, his eyes narrowed. Apart from this devouring sacred armor, the biggest gain is to comprehend the god-level carving technique. God-level engraving, this is a mysterious card engraving technique. You can engrave on blank cards to carve the cards you want. I don't know how many blank cards of various levels in my hand. They used to be waste, but now they can be reused. Fang Fan squinted his eyes and felt the mysteries of the god-level carving technique, and the smile on his face couldn't help but become more and more. But now I don't have time to study this. After Chen Tian killed the formation, there were dangers everywhere. And, get 10,000 Chen Tian tokens earlier, and you can also get a bone of the true god. Fang Fan took a breath, and there were bright lights in his eyes. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1255. Although I don't know the true effect of the true god's bone, but it looks very strong after hearing the name, and it will not be a bad thing to get it. It's just that according to Wanbao Lake Genling's prompt, there are only 20,000 Chentian tokens in the entire Chentian killing array, which means that it is still very difficult to collect 10,000 Chentian tokens. It is necessary to collect more than half of the Chentian decrees in the entire Chentian killing array into the hands. One can imagine the difficulty. But correspondingly, it is not so easy for others to collect so many Chentian orders, and there is a lot of room for manipulation. If you enter the Chentian killing array, there are probably hundreds of thousands without a million practitioners. In the early stage, you can still find Chentianling in various places, and in the later stage, it should basically be in the hands of various practitioners. At that time, in order to compete for the order of Chentian, there will be killings again and again. Fang Fan was silent. This is almost a given situation. What Fang Fan can do is to try his best to capture enough Chentian orders in each slaughter. Fang Fan. That's Fang Fan. Ha ha ha. Posted. Posted. It is said that Fang Fan has countless treasures. Kill him, our opportunity has come. Grass. You are trying to kill yourself, don't drag us. Didn't you see the devil army beside Fang Fan? Seeing the dark weapons in their hands, they can kill all of us by themselves. Kill. Retreat. Hurry up. It's too late, I don't want to die. Signal, now all the forces are offering rewards to Fang Fan. As long as the news is released, we can still get a lot of divine crystals. Hoo, opportunity, the opportunity is right in front of us, can't miss it, absolutely can't miss it. You are afraid of death, I am not. When I kill Fang Fan, all the treasures on his body will be mine. Whoever dares to rob me at that time, I will kill him. Brothers, we are in danger. Fang Fan has 10,000 raindrops of raindrop essence. 1 drop is equivalent to 100 years of hard work. As long as we snatch a few drops, our cultivation will skyrocket. In this Chentian killing array, at most 1-star Sovereign Lord Realm combat power can only be exerted. Why is he so good? That's right. Don't be afraid. Follow my footsteps and rush together. Rush rush. Greed is the original sin. Along the way, Fan has also encountered many practitioners from major forces, but most of them chose to avoid. Maybe they also want to rob Fang Fan and snatch treasures in their hearts, but they care more about their own lives, and at most they will release a wave of news. But after all, there will still be some cultivators who want to pick up the leaks. They open their blood and let out a roar. It seems that they want to use this method to scare Fang Fan away, which is a sad way of thinking. At the beginning, there were only 3 or 5 of these people, who followed from a distance and did not come up to attack. Fang Fan saw it, but he did not see it, and maintained a silent balance between each other. You have to let the fish in the pond become more and then let off the net. This way, if you kill them all at once, the benefits will be more generous. Fang Fan smiled slightly, the smile on his face was very gentle. Gradually, the group of cultivators who spied on grew bigger and bigger. From the original 3 or 5, to 30 or 50, then 3 to 500, 3 to 5,000, even to tens of thousands. As the scale rises, people's hearts become impetuous. Greedy heart burns. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1256. Kill. Kill Fang Fan. Kill Fang Mo. Do justice for heaven. Robber the rich and help the poor. The treasures on Fang Mo's body are all exchanged with the blood of our companions. Don't let him run away. Crush. Everyone rush with me. Let's kill Fang Mo together. This is a complete devil. There are more than tens of thousands of practitioners who died in his hands. Brothers. Revenge for those who have revenge, and revenge for those who have grievances. Fang Mo has no way to snatch all the treasures in Wanbao Lake. The chance is everyone's. Why was he taken away by himself? Everyone said it was true. We have assembled tens of thousands of brothers. Everyone is the elite of the elite. All of them can display the combat power of the 1-star Emperor realm. We are the strongest combination. Kill Fang Mo. Do the way for heaven. Killing Demon Alliance. Fighting. Kill. A loose alliance is formed on the battlefield. The eyes they looked at Fang Fan were filled with endless greed. In order to let his greed be released in a fair and bright way, he even forcibly created the name of Square Demon. It can only be said that this method of concealing one's ears and stealing bells is very low level, and it seems that there is no feeling, and even, it seems sad. The fish in the fish pond are all gathered, and they can be caught. Fang Fan grinned, the practitioners in front of him would be able to send him tens of thousands or even tens of thousands of storage rings, as well as the divine crystals and treasures. And beheading them, Fang Fan can still harvest a wave of cards and divine crystals. Why not do it? Bells. Order the light machine gunners, wait until they get closer, don't disturb the prey. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, his hands clasped in front of him, his left holding a 10-star imperial pistol, his right holding a 1-star sacred sword, and wearing a 1-star sacred devouring holy armor. The whole body is high configuration. Those cultivators in the 1-star sovereign realm couldn't even break the defense against him. This is the manifestation of strength. The battle begins. 3 kilometers. 2 kilometers. 1,000 meters. 500 meters. Time is passing little by little, Fang Fan's eyes are shining brightly. In order to prevent these prey from being disturbed and fleeing directly, Fang Fan kept the attack of the Law of Law light machine gun core delayed and delayed. Otherwise, with the range of the Law of Law light machine gun, shooting can be carried out from 10,000 meters away, or even tens of kilometers away. Now, they have never been attacked along the way, which is undoubtedly a great surprise for those greedy cultivators who choose to charge. The devil's attack they imagined has never been activated until now, and Fang Fan and the others have been in a passive-aggressive state from beginning to end. The form seems very subtle. The devil's attack is gone. Ha ha ha. We are about to win. Fang Mo definitely has nothing to do. Opportunity. The chance to make a fortune is just around the corner. Kill Fang Mo, and do it for the sky. Rush rush. Get up. Get moving. Kill Fang Mo, share treasures. The treasure belongs to all of us. Everyone has a share. A great wealth is just around the corner. Those who don't do their best can't think about sharing treasures later. It's just the same as what Bai picked up. Tisk tisk tisk, how can this Fang demon be so difficult to deal with? Is it Fang Fan? As for what? Isn't it going to die in our hands in the end? It was originally based on falsehoods and myths about him. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1257. Insanely demeaning opponents is also a way of boosting confidence and morale in a way. Of course, this increase in confidence is somewhat exaggerated, like a bubble, coming and going faster. 100 meters. Shooting. Fang Fan lowered his voice and gave the order directly. The Law Light machine gunner legionnaires who were already hungry and thirsty put the Law Light machine gun in front of them at this moment, and began to frantically spray flames. Infinite law bullets, unrestricted trigger pull, never tire of fighting. In 1 minute, each Law Light machine gun can eject hundreds or even thousands of law bullets. A law bullet may not be able to kill a 1-star Emperor Realm combat power. But what about 2, 5, or even 10 and 100? This is destined to be a terrifying attack, making everyone tremble in place. A distance of 100 meters, now it has become the vacuum belt of death. One after another, thousands of cultivators wanted to rush over, but before they could get close, they themselves became smashed corpses. The smell of blood in the Chen Tian killing array became stronger and stronger. Tens of thousands of cultivators, never a big number. In front of the machine gun flames in full bloom, they are destined to become only souls. In 1 minute, 12 Law Light machine guns ejected nearly 100,000 law bullets. Once spread among the dense crowds, the victory was remarkable. There are 2 or 3,000 practitioners who fell on the charge road, and 2 or 3,000 who were hit by the law bullet and whose combat strength was greatly damaged. Tens of thousands of cultivators were instantly disabled, more than half of them were damaged. The devil, this is the devil. Run, run. Who pulled me here just now? I've said it before, Fang Fan can't be offended. Hoo hoo, Fang Mo is too terrifying, This is not something we can deal with. I don't want to die, I really don't want to die. Spare my life, can't hit me, can't hit me. I swear, if I can escape with my life, I will never die again in this life. Wherever Fang Fan appears in the future, I will automatically retreat for 3,000 miles, no. 30,000 miles. Grass. Don't pull me. You're going to die, why are you pulling me? Didn't you say we're brothers? You can't leave me. Damn, get out of the way. Don't force me to do it. What's the matter? The labor and management can't live anyway, dragging you to die together, and there is someone on the road to Huangquan. You are the devil. Human nature is particularly indifferent in the face of life and death. Under the jet of flames, the battlefield gradually became much quieter, and the smell of blood in the air became more and more intense. The corpses piled up like mountains, and the minced meat and wreckage all over the mountains and plains seemed to be telling all the tragedies that happened here just now. My lord, a total of 5,343 people were killed. More than 8,000 storage rings were seized. Among them, more than 300 billion of the top-quality divine crystals were combined, and 342 of Chinchin's orders. The commander of the Law Light Machine Gun Corps, Bayless, turned over the battle, with an excited expression on his face. This hardy battle is so cool. Shoot without limit, kill without limit. Let the bullets take off completely. This is the era of law, and the power of law bullets is completely revealed. Within 100 miles, there is no one in Liao. All the cultivators were defeated, they didn't want to be the next undead under the muzzle. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1258. Harvest more than 10,000 cards. There aren't many boutique cards, among them, there are quite a few Emperor level promotion cards. There are still some Royal level blank cards. At that time, you can use the God level carving technique to practice a wave. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, and a smile appeared on his face. Thinking of this in his heart, the expression on his face became more and more sincere. God level engraving is a reward obtained after completing the task of Pixio armor, but I haven't had a chance to try it yet. Besides that, I have also obtained more than 300 Chentian orders. Among the tens of thousands of people, there are only so many more than 300. About 30 people can be assigned a Chentian token. And if you speculate on this scale, I am afraid that most of the Chentian tokens have been obtained by the practitioners of the major forces. Now, if you want to get a large number of Chentian orders, you can only snatch other practitioners. Fang Fan's eyes sank secretly, isn't this forcing him to rob? Tisk tisk tisk, your excellency is a good harvest. Take out the Pixio armor. Hand over the storage ring, and you may be saved today. Dozens of figures rushed over from a distance, headed by a woman in a white veil. Fang Fan raised his head and glanced, his face couldn't help showing a playful look. This woman was Sikong Yuxin of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce who had contact with him before. According to her self-proclaimed words, she should be a goddess. As for the people who followed her, they were naturally cultivators of the Tianyu Chamber of Commerce. Fang Fan put his hands around his chest, and the stunned expression on his face could not help but become more numerous. Dozens of people dare to come to the formation? Can you really see the corpses floating all over the floor? I'm curious, where did your confidence come from? And I asked myself that I didn't offend you before, and we even had a very harmonious experience between us. I'm curious, how did it become like this now? Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, observing Sikong Yuxin's every move. The changes before and after Sikong Yuxin were so great that Fang Fan felt a little inexplicable, so he had some desire to explore. Humph. That's her attitude towards you. If it was me, you would have died a long time ago. You can't live until now. Sikong Yuxin licked his lips, and the indifference on his face became more intense. Fang Fan's eye sockets tightened. She? Who is she? Aren't you Sikong Yuxin? Or, twins? Fang Fan felt a little dizzy for no reason. He felt that there was something wrong with this indifferent version of Sikong Yuxin. Don't worry about it so much. Anyway, you'll be dead soon. Dead people don't need answers. Kill. Sikong Yuxin, who was in a state of indifference, gave an order, and the battle suddenly started. Dozens of Tianyu Chamber of Commerce practitioners rushed towards Fang Fan's position regardless of their health. Fang Fan waved his hand indifferently. Chug-chu. The sound of a light machine gun came, and in an instant, hundreds of bullets had been completely poured out, turning the dozens of people in front of them into a hornet's nest. The battle was over before it even started, and it can only be said that it was a boring battle. A bunch of trash. Should have died. Thank you for helping me deal with it. Sikong Yuxin, who was in a state of indifference, saw that her subordinates were annihilated, not only was not angry, but she smiled happily. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1259. The heart is like a snake and scorpion, which should be described as this kind of woman. Go to hell. I will end you personally. Sikong Yuxin, who was in a state of indifference, rushed over directly, and the speed was getting faster and faster. Shooting. Fang Fan once again ordered that the law of the light machine gun corps started a new round of strafing, but this time it achieved little. Most of those law bullets passed by Sikong Yuxin's side, but even if they hit Sikong Yuxin, they only collided a little and then landed directly, causing no substantial damage at all. Looks pretty strong. Fang Fan glanced at Sikong Yuxin unexpectedly, then held the law pistol directly, and began to condense the power of law. The law of desolation. The law of space. The power of the law, gather. Law bullet, done. Fang Fan condensed the 3 law bullets this time. Once shot by the law pistol, it will be able to stimulate the attack power of the 5-star Emperor level. Fang Fan felt that even if he couldn't kill Sikong Yuxin in front of him, he should still be able to cause some damage to her. Of course, Fang Fan's purpose is not to kill him completely, his purpose is to subdue him. Is to conquer. According to what the system said, this Sikong Yuxin is still a divine fit. And according to this, a task of conquering divine power fitters was released. Fang Fan has always wanted to complete it, and the reward of the task is too tempting. 10 places of the gods and servants of the wild gods, the special abilities of the gods and servants of the gods made Fang Fan deeply trapped in them. All in all, this mission must be done. Even if it pays a certain price. Just as Fang Fan was thinking about it, the 3-law bullet had already taken shape. Fang Fan pulled the trigger silently, and the 3-law bullet shot directly from the muzzle. Boom! The 3-law bullet and Sikong Yuxin collided with each other in the air. The expected blood spurt never appeared, and even Sikong Yuxin did not stop the direction and speed of the attack. It seems that the attack just now was directly immune to her. She seems to have an invisible protective shield on her body, which firmly shelters her in it. Bullets of the 3 laws, possessing the power of a 5-star emperor, actually there is no response. Fang Fan opened his mouth. To be honest, this feeling is a little helpless. Weak attack? Pointless. You are destined to be controlled by me. The secret in your heart will also be completely known to me. I will devour your mind and let your memory completely stay in my soul. Today, even if you are the reincarnation of a true god, you can only die without a doubt. Of course, it's impossible. True God, how could he be like you? Drink the chaos, you are everything in my hands. Sikong let out a sneer, and flew over holding a jade-colored vial. The distance is too close, even if I gather the power of the 6 laws to condense the strongest 6 laws bullets, it is too late. Now, we can only fight to the end. Fang Fan frowned secretly, silently put away the law pistol, and rushed directly towards him with the sword of heaven slaying. Sword spirit, now it's a battle of life and death, don't give me the chain. Fang Fan snorted coldly, the heaven-slaying sword in his hand trembled slightly. I felt a strong aura of destruction. We are not her opponents. Divine System of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1260. The sword body of Zhan Tian's sword has been trembling, and it seems to express panic. Didn't you say you're amazing? That's why you're afraid. Fang Fan's thoughts moved, and he said speechlessly, is the co-authoring a silver gun candle head? It's very powerful when it's bragging, but if it really comes in handy, it's just a coward. If I was in his prime, of course I could crush this breath of her body. But now my sword body is broken, and my strength is less than 1/10,000th of what it was before, so. The heaven-slaying sword trembled, and the sword spirit was still trying to find a reason. Fang Fan pouted, ignoring him at all, and rushed forward with the heaven-slaying sword in his hand. Sonorous. Fang Fan's sword stabbed Sikong, and the sound was actually a pleasant sonorous sound. Fang Fan was stunned for a moment. This body really has an invisible protective cover that can fully protect Sikong? If this is the case, you can't even break the defense, let alone conquer it. The battle continued. Fang Fan had at least stabbed Sikong with 7 or 8 swords, but without exception, to no avail. Now, it's my turn to attack. Now let's end it completely. A mad oppressive force came, which made people feel a sense of trembling from the soul. Damn! My body can't move. Aragama's wrath. Fang Fan directly used his magical skills, and at this moment, he couldn't care about anything else. Aragama's wrath can make his cultivation soar by 3 levels within 10 minutes. At this moment, he is the true king of the absolute peak, but because he has comprehended the power of the 9 laws, he can hang up all the 1-star emperors. In theory, Fang Fan at this moment has the peak combat power of the 1-star emperors. Coupled with the bonus of Aragama's fury, it is almost possible to display the combat power of the 4-star emperor realm. After using Aragama's wrath, I couldn't break through this pressure. This time, really planted? Fang Fan's mouth twitched, this is absolutely impossible. If you want to fight, then fight to the end. Don't struggle with yourself. This is the power bestowed upon me by the goddess, you can't break free. Come on, drink this bottle of Chaos-san, and you will be completely under my control. How to control you at that time, isn't it easy? Tisk tisk tisk, interesting, really interesting. No matter how many treasures you have won in the secret realm of Chentian, it's still mine in the end. It's all mine. Drink. Hurry up. Ahahaha. Sikong indifferent face showed a vicious look, and when Fang Fan's body could not be controlled independently, he wanted to force the liquid from the small jade bottle into Fang Fan's mouth. Fang Fan took a deep breath, he naturally knew that this was not a good thing. After drinking it, he might be really cold. Call. The last fight. The majesty of the wild god. Fang Fan snorted, and once again used a brand new magical skill. The majesty of the arrogant god, consume a certain amount of faith to make oneself possess the breath and majesty of the true god. It lasts for 10 minutes and the cooler is 24 hours. At this moment, Fang Fan is living in the aura of the god of desolation, and his domineering side leaks. You dare to kill the true god. You are rebellious. Who gave you the guts? Fang Fan struggled to make his body move slightly, then he sent out questions from his soul. Seeing this scene suddenly, Sikong Yuxin's indifferent face couldn't help but feel a little dazed.